A single person showed a superpower like America's stars in broad daylight. In 2013, he stole over 1 million top-secret documents from America and exposed them to the world. And since then, for the past 11 years, he is America's most wanted criminal. Yet, despite causing so much damage to the American government, he is viewed as a hero worldwide. But why? How did he steal the documents of the world's top-secret agency? And why did he leak them? How has he remained free from America's grasp even after all this? Welcome back to Zim TV's videos. The Morning Sun of June 6, 2013 brought a huge disaster for the American government as a series of news articles were published in The Guardian and The Washington Post, revealing NSA, that is, the National Security Agency's top-secret documents. These documents shocked not only Americans but mobile users worldwide when they learned that the American government was secretly monitoring every mobile user. These documents exposed the NSA's secret program PRISM, a program that allows the government to access any user's private data through companies like Google, Apple, and Facebook. Additionally, they had a secret court order through which they could access data from millions of Verizon customers. Verizon is a mobile operator in America, similar to Airtel and UFone in India and Pakistan. Following this, the leaked documents included an 18-page memo written by President Obama, in which Obama is asking intelligence officials for a list of foreign targets. Was the Chancellor of Germany at the time. The British government's communication headquarters, GCHQ, was running a program to monitor its citizens, and the leaked documents revealed conversations between the NSA and GCHQ, in which both agencies were looking for ways to deceive people, propagate propaganda, and influence people through social media. Initially, no one knew who leaked these documents and whether they were even true or not, as news agencies are not obligated to disclose their sources. But just 3 days later, a person came forward who took responsibility for leaking these top-secret documents. 29-year-old Edward Snowden, who was a high school dropout, began his career with the U.S. military, but was discharged after a year and became a security guard at the University of Maryland in 2005. Edward Snowden may not have been good in studies, but his computer skills were so strong that the CIA hired him. After spending a few years with the CIA, he was hired by American tech giant Dell in 2009. At that time, Dell had a contract to upgrade the computer systems of the National Security Agency, and they assigned Edward to that project, where his initial role was as a supervisor, later becoming a cyber strategist. Up to this point, was like a diamond for the CIA and NSA. So what happened next? That he was labeled a traitor by those very agencies. The incident that led Edward from being a cyber strategist to a traitor occurred while operating and upgrading NSA computers. Edward discovered some records that he initially thought might belong to international criminals, but in reality, these were not criminals but an American politician as the director of the National Security Agency, James Clapper, in a packed Congress whether your agency collects data on Americans or not. This congressional session was also broadcasted on national television. James Clapper stated it in front of millions that no, our work is only foreign intelligence. Edward Snowden, watching his director blatantly lie on television, was so shocked that 3 days later he left his job at Dell, where he was earning $200,000 a year. In 2013, he left Dell and joined Booz Allen Hamilton, which worked for the U.S. military, CIA, and NSA. Here, he was also assigned to a project of the NSA The National Security Agency claims that Edward stole so many files from our system that it's becoming difficult to estimate, as their number could be over 2 million. But what did Edward do that he copied the files of it? But rather did all this work with a small USB drive. But how? Because in normal offices, there are restrictions on USB drives due to the fear of data theft. Secondly, in any company system where confidential data exists, not every employee has the authority to access data. These were still the National Security Agency's computers, which have no security loopholes. Before doing this, Edward Snowden made a plan for his escape and took advantage of his location. Because he was hired by Booz Allen Hamilton for an NSA project, he was kept 5,000 miles away from the NSA's Maryland headquarters. Hawaii is 6 hours behind Maryland, which means when Edward was working in his Hawaii office, everyone at the NSA headquarters would leave. Another advantage was that he had access to the NSA headquarters servers through a thin client system, which was actually outdated. The third advantage was that he copied over 2 million files from 5,000 miles away without anyone noticing. After working in the Hawaii office for just 4 weeks, Edward decided to expose the NSA's actions to the world. He copied all the documents onto a USB drive and cleverly concealed it from the security guard while leaving, pretending to be ill and taking leave. He switched off his number and headed straight to Hong Kong, but when he didn't return for several days and his number was unreachable, the NSA became suspicious and began searching for him. Upon reaching Hong Kong, he met some trusted journalists, gave them the documents, and those very documents made headlines the next day. The documents leaked by Edward Snowden sparked a new debate worldwide about the NSA's secret powers. He was accused of stealing government property, unauthorized access to national security systems, and leaking top-secret information to unauthorized individuals. At the same time, the American government demanded that Edward be handed over from Hong Kong. But he had planned every step ahead of time and had already flown to Russia. There, he initially received asylum, and then in September 2022, Putin granted him Russian citizenship. But since then, Edward Snowden has given several interviews in which he explained how our phones spy. He may not give security agencies access, that he is a hero who exposed the true face of the NSA. What is your opinion on this? Please let me know in the comments section. I hope you all will like and share this video from ZimTVD. Thank you very much for your loving comments. See you in the next amazing video. Jona Shuruyamai Espo as a ilam. Yiki Kualike Dokara, Kia John Kavo, Von Gekyo, Von Kaikia agencies, Kuyo agencies ko. I say, K, Yozi bin. Kektit uya, kitlaye, lon os, en checka. Kuyo yeko geos noni nas, Potzel konro dunya kay, Samin ben nikeb kia earth may. El Leon kia behero kuvia komensid. Geba kai chakri molte yent, intun nishan darwa yomer.